flex me a bad body. So, it's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to iBoxingHub. If you're new to this channel, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, of course. I go by the name BIYENGE, featuring yours truly, Trey. What's good?
What's going on, cuz? What's going on to the whole of the people that's tuned in as well? It's a blessed Sunday, so I just wanted to say God bless whoever's watching, and I hope, today has been a tremendous day. But before we get into the show, cuz, let's have a quick word from my sponsors, D-Rock Clothing. Yes, people. You know the spiel by now. It's iBoxingHub in association with D-Rock. So people, take advantage of that discount code, which is iBoxingHub24, and you get 40% off everything. So, yes, cuz, before we get into the show, just quick shout out to the whole of the iBoxingHub family. We do appreciate the work. Lads, hope all is well. Big up to FK Breeze in the chat as well. We've missed you, my brother, and we've got Mr. Neutral saying evening, fellas. Mr. Neutral, aka the classy one, aka Jimwa of New Boxing Media. I know he loves that from Red Corner Boxing, so big up to him. Cause obviously, it's been a crazy weekend. I would say crazy in a sense where we didn't get what we expected, but overall we kind of got the idea of a few bits anyway. So cuz, firstly, where do you want to actually, cuz, before, just on a respectful one, because he was an absolute legend of the sport, Ricky Hatton, he obviously had his funeral this week, so just condolences once again to the family. The boxing world was able to mourn and celebrate a tremendous character for the sport. So I just wanted to send my condolences to the Hatton family, and just to sing "There's Only One Ricky Hatton" just one more time for the legend himself, man. But cuz, what you saying?
Yeah. Well, we might as well start off with the main event in Sheffield. Boy, oh boy.
Boy, what you saying?
You know what? If I'm honest, my honest opinion, I am a bit disappointed in the performance from both of them. I expected much more from Dave Allen. Remember, I don't know. I mean, he challenged himself. He could have fought anyone in British level, but he wanted to test himself. But I'm not. If he had applied more pressure from the beginning, yeah, do you know what, that fight could have potentially been a draw? Because remember, there was 2 points that was deducted. Remember, because he kept on holding on. But throughout, if I'm honest with you, it seemed like he got battered every round. I mean, okay, he had about, was it 2 or 3 good rounds where he was swinging, where he almost got him rocked. I believe he did rock him, but it just didn't. I don't know, like. I don't know, man. Don't get me wrong. He's still a good boxer. I'm not saying that because he lost yesterday. He's bad. No, but I just wasn't happy with the performance, man. It's just like, okay, the next opponent he fights here is gonna probably be, I don't know, British level, European level, just on the European level. Yeah. So I wasn't. That's just my honest opinion. I expected more because obviously it's a fight that's taking place in your hometown. You got your crowd backing you. So I just wanted to see something special, but I didn't see anything, man. And what's his name? How to pronounce his name again? Man, what's his? Not pronounce his name.
Yeah.
So even with him, yeah, dude, he's calling out age. I understand they had some exchange on Instagram, whatnot, But with that performance, dude, yeah, I'm sorry, but AJ beats him.
Yeah, that's
I think ever since Caballero broke him, yeah, I don't know. He hasn't been the same, man. I mean, no, all due respect, but it's like he was even struggling with Dave Allen as well. Do you know what I mean? And one thing I must say, Dave has got a chin. He's got a solid chin, solid chin. He's like another Joe Dress. Well, that was before Joe Dress got dropped. But I mean, look, Dave and Joe Dress, that'd be an interesting fight. But then again, I think what I saw yesterday, I think Joe Dress will probably win that fight. But uh, I suppose Dave, where he goes next is really challenge the winner of TKV and Fraser Clark.
yeah, which is
That's the only option, yeah, because I thought, look, end of the day, it's boxing, right? You know, I'm just giving my opinion. You know, I mean, look, he did what he needed to do. He challenged himself. You know, he got beaten, but I just expected better. That's all. I just expected. Look, even if he had done well and he lost, I would have saluted him. But what I saw yesterday, it reminded me of a bit. It was like he was fighting another Johnny Fisher. Do you know what I mean? Waiting for him to tire down, then they'll get him in the mid to late rounds, whatnot. But it's like, no, you're losing every round. It doesn't work like that. You know, and even for him to get 2 points deducted, which I was a bit confused with the scorecard because that certain points, the way the judges, well, you know, the judges already, but yeah, the scorecard was a bit wild, I must say. But I expected better, man. Honestly, I expected better. I expected better. I mean, look, if that's a big if the public demanded it, do you think the rematch would the outcome be the same or would it be different?
yeah, no, cuz you broke it down tremendously. Obviously, big up to you. Um, I'm just looking at all of the comments here. Obviously, big up to FK Breeze in the chat as well. He's obviously saying that I don't think Dave Allen is fit, which is a fair point as well. One thing, Dave ain't getting knocked out at British level, which is true. Just say Bon Villain, so I'm guessing that's his nickname. So AJ smokes him, he's faster, and Frank Smith doubts AJ fights the Bon Villain. And Mr. Neutral is Sir. Why would AJ need to fight him? I know obviously AJ. We know the reason why everyone's calling out AJ because he's the money man. He's where the money's at. So it does make sense for both fighters. But just to kind of piggy bank what you were saying, the fight itself. I know people expected Allen to do better in this fight, but maybe because it is something just down to just levels, man. Even though his opponent isn't of the level, let's say in the top 10, you would say he's a top 20 fighter.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe David Allen's not he's not on that level, man, and maybe he is British level. I just still don't think it is a situation where maybe he did try his hardest, man. Maybe he got to the point where that is just all he could give. So I can't really blame him for putting in a performance like that against a fighter that possibly just isn't someone he can beat as well. So he's just another AJ call out, mate. And even you got to see the fighter's thoughts as well, just briefly, because obviously Makhmudov, he did call out AJ after the fight. Showed David Allen a lot of respect, calling him a lion, and rating his chin. And yeah, he's saying, look, AJ, where are you? I'm coming for you. I've already spoken with him, and he gave me his word that he will fight me next year. I'm ready. He's ready. He's saying, Cosman.
Because
So, what you saying?
I mean, look, it'll be a good fight. It'll be a good warm up for AJ. But here's the thing: where would this fight happen? What is it going to be at the O2 or is it going to be at Saudi?
Yeah, just do a little cheeky Saudi, man. If he wants to do a tune
Because
up, do a cheeky
even
one in
when he
Saudi.
got shot, saying that that he's never fought in front of, I think he said 10,000 people before. So it was an experience for him. But again, this is what I'm trying to say. Boxing is a bit funny, but wouldn't he chase for a title? I mean, he wants AJ because of the money. But if I was him, because he got that win now, so he's potentially back up there. But then I suppose AJ is still classed as top 10, so I suppose if he beats AJ, then he's back in the mix. So I get it, but me personally, I think it'll be a warm up for AJ. But that's if AJ decides to fight him, because my understanding there's talks that AJ might be fighting in Africa, unless it's he's fighting him in Africa, which wouldn't really make any sense. But hey,
Yeah, nah. If he's fighting in Africa, I'm always gonna call for it, cuz man. And look, we're Congolese, our family's from Congo. I'd love to see, another rumble in the jungle in Congo, and the perfect dance partner would be against Bakoli, man. But it'll be doing what Makhmudov did over the weekend, fighting David Allen in Sheffield, in that area. Are you gonna give Bakoli, the home crowd? I don't think he would want to do that, man. So possibly Nigeria, because he's the A side, and possibly just a neutral ground. Ghana, it's neutral. It's neutral for
South Africa.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind it, man. I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah. I like I said, man. Look.
Sorry, just a quick one, man. We've got big up to Lucy's Fats, man, because if you guys watch the other show, she did predict that Makhmudov would, do the job, man. So I've got to give Lucy's Fats, a shout out, man, because she did call it. She did call it, man. So I'm just putting it out there, man. So big up to her. I don't think top heavyweights have much of a problem against Makhmudov. Woo! That's mad. That's mad. When Lucy's Fat speaks, she speaks loud.
Yeah, no, it's true. She's got a point there. It's true. I mean, like I said, even with him, I thought, okay, he's gonna get Allen out there. The way he was going, I thought he'd get Allen out there by what, round
6,
5?
7, 8.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But even he started struggling, started gassing out. So I thought, this is,
But then you got to rate Allen. He's got a chin, though, cuz.
No, I rate the chin. Listen, I rate the chin.
Proper shots landed on his chin.
I rate the chin. Don't get me wrong, but here's the thing, yeah. Can he bang as hard as Dubois, AJ, Wilder? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if his punch is that powerful. Do you know what I mean? So, it's just it's an interesting one, because they're talking about a December card. No fights have been announced yet, but hopefully we could potentially get Zhang, Derek Chisora. That'll be an interesting one.
Okay, where's the venue potentially?
I'm not too sure. I don't think anything's been confirmed just yet. But I'm saying that if that was to happen, that'll be a good fight. That'll be a good fight. I've got Derek Chisora winning that fight, if I'm honest with you, because he can last till 12 rounds. Zhang, I'm not too sure. I think he'll be explosive for the first 5-6 rounds, and then gradually, the rest.
Because I'm not even gonna lie, man. And if His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh, if you're listening to this right now, Riyadh season in China, let's have it, man. I wouldn't mind, seeing, a big boxing event, Riyadh season event, do it in China, man. Something different, Nest Stadium. I'm sure they could fill out the Nest Stadium. I'm sure for a big fight. And Chisora would also, I'm sure he would welcome, the opportunity to go up there. He's probably got like a handful of Chinese fans that he doesn't even know about up there, man. So I would definitely entertain it. I'll definitely entertain it for sure. There's only one fight for AJ, maybe two. Fury has to be the one. If he takes up a it could go all wrong. So give me Bakoli. As a Lagos. Woo!
The thing is, we've all said that AJ Fury pretty much been out of the ring for like a year, and it makes sense if they fight each other now. But the way I see it, they're gonna probably have to give him a warm up, because at the same time you need yeah. I mean, look, here's the question: do they need a warm up?
You don't need a warm-up, cuz, man. You don't need a warm-up. You don't need a warm-up. These guys are at a level now where, they should be ready. They should be ready, especially at this level, cuz they should be ready. Tune up.
That's the
I
thing.
do understand it, man, but we've seen, Crawford, we've seen, Errol
Mm.
Spence, over the years, we've seen fighters not do this
Yeah.
tune-up thing, man. We've
But
seen.
okay, just quickly going back to Errol Spence, right?
Mm,
Errol Spence can't just jump in the deep end. If he, let's just say hypothetically, he wanted to fight, I don't know. Okay, let's say if he wanted to fight Boots, it's a
mm.
no-no. Come on, Errol Spence is, it's been what, 2 years now, 3 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute since he's been in the ring,
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
so I kind of get why they need a warm up. So I know it's gonna be. I think. Look, this is how I see it. Right, AJ and Fury. The only way I see this one happening is if they have a warm up, but there has to be on the same event. But the problem is, who's gonna be the main event?
It's true. Who's going to be
Do
the
you know what I
main
mean?
event? The question. That is the question,
You
cuz,
know.
man. And look, even FK Breeze, big up to FK Breeze as well, man. He's obviously saying, fuck a tune up, man. He doesn't want to see
Yeah.
tune up. And big up to Waves as well, my brother, man. Thank you so much, my brother,
But
for tuning in, man.
having said that, Frank Warren has said that Fury is back 2026. So I've got a feeling as we speak, they might be actually trying to do a deal right now. Do you know what I mean? So it might be, it might be them two. It might be them two happening, I don't know, summer or March, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, let's see that ASAP, man, because we're getting to a point now where we're passing that threshold of are we going to
Yeah.
be interested in that fight when it does happen? Should Canelo retire? Interesting question. I don't think so. Going on 2.5 years since Spence's last fight, woo, that is crazy, man. And FK Breeze is obviously saying, I think Fury would want to be the main event, man. So Fury wants to be the main event, most likely. I don't think he would want to be a part of a card. But is it a situation where beggars can't be choosers? Or is he still in a position
Do
of
you know
power?
what? To make it easy, flip a coin. You, AJ, flip a coin.
Mad. Would they flip a coin? That's the question, cuz. Will they flip a coin? We have no idea, man. But yes, people, man. Big up to everyone
It's the
that's
only way.
obviously here, man. That's here, that's tuned in for another special cuz. I'm obviously just excited that we're able to preview what's happening. Cuz, let's get down
Yeah.
to pretty much what is the main event of this discussion. It shouldn't really be a main event of the discussion, but we got to talk about it, of course. Ennis, Boots Ennis, obviously got the job done over the weekend against Lima, and this sums up the fight. He got him out there in one round, pretty much job done. What we're saying, Cosmo, who do you
I
want
told
next?
you, I said to you, I said, look, I don't know much about Lima, but I said, look, Boots is just gonna get him out quick. I said this last pod. I said, look, no disrespect to Lima. Boots has moved up to 154. But there's something special about Boots. Eddie Hearns even said it. We want to see Boots and Virtual Ortiz next. Something tells me we might not get to see that fight next. I think Oscar De La Hoya might wanna. He might have different plans for Virgil Ortiz. He might want Virgil Ortiz to grab a title, and also for Boots to grab a title, and then maybe they can fight each other to unify the division. But at the same time, we're forgetting. Remember, Fandora is actually running the division at the moment because he's what, WBC and IBF champion.
Nah, he's the WBC champion, and
Oh
Murtazaliev
yeah,
is the
so
IBF champion. So,
yeah.
yeah, man.
So at the moment, it's just like, even though I know Boots is coming into this division, I still feel that not we, but the majority of the public are disrespecting the champions in that division. Do you know what I mean? Let's make these fights happen. I mean, look, Fandora is what? He's part of PBC, right?
Yep, PBC.
Now, I don't know if that fight is going to happen. I don't know because also Al Heyman, he ain't really, has he done any business with Turkey Al Sheikh?
It's not happened, no. It's not
Well,
happened yet.
that's what I'm trying to say. And again, no disrespect to Keith Thurman one time, yeah, but if he was to beat Fandora, then it's shocking. But
Wait.
just say.
It happens because, man, we've seen, the greats come back, into the sport during a period where you would think, why is he coming back? He doesn't need to, but, they've still got the itch, man. And maybe he's
But
seen something in Fandora that he thinks, yeah,
here's the
let's
thing.
shoot down the tree.
I
But the
don't think
fight's
he's
not happening now. It's not happening now. He's obviously
not injured
Fandora.
yet. Fandora's injured,
Yeah.
yeah. It's been postponed.
Mm.
Here's the thing. So obviously I know Eddie Hearn, he wants Crawford and Boots. He wants that fight badly. Now I can't see Boots moving up to 168 to fight Crawford. I can't see it happening. However, potentially I can see Boots moving to 160 and Crawford coming down to 160 to make that fight happen. As of this point right now, Crawford beats Boots. Should it be down the next 2 years' time, there's a potential that Boots beats Crawford. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, do you agree or do you disagree?
I think so. Yeah, right now I agree with you from a perspective that Crawford does beat Boots right now. In the future, we're not too sure because we don't know what weight class Boots is going to end up. Is Crawford still going to be around it? I'm not too sure. He could hang up the gloves, in the next couple fights or whatever, because there's nothing left for him to prove in the sport. He's 3-time undisputed now. Doesn't really need to prove anything to no one unless he wants to just kind of, just generate money, for the sake of it, build these projects. But Boots in the future will be interesting to see what happens. We obviously had the discussion, in our WhatsApp group about who he should fight next. His Excellency is saying, I don't know if there's any timeline in this, man, but I'm sure, when both fighters get a title, this fight should be the fight, man, that we should potentially see, in the near future, because we've seen the collaborations. Everyone's, getting together, and I'm sure, His Excellency can, put together a package that can suit the promoters, the commercial people that's involved, the managers, and just the whole, setup anyway. So it'd be good to just kind of know everyone's thoughts as well. Lucy's Fats is obviously saying that Boots would have to get a belt at 160, or maybe even two of them to get Crawford to take that fight, which is a good point. I don't think there's any way in hell that fight happens, man. So I think she's talking about Crawford, or possibly Lucy's Fats. Are you talking about the Virgil Ortiz fight? Let us know.
Do you know what? Boots beats Crawford. I mean, commercially, is it a big fight? I'm no disrespect to them at all, but would it really be a big fight?
For the boxing fans, the purists, it is, but commercially, I can agree with you. It won't be something that's going to be, something for the public to be pushing for.
Because the way I see it, right, I believe that fight can happen. I believe that fight can happen next. If Turkish Sheikh gets involved and said, look, Boots, move up to 160, I want you to fight Crawford. Crawford, come down, I'm going to pay you, I don't know, 30 million or whatnot, then I can see that happening. But just I don't know if obviously the incentive is money, but I think, okay, if Boots moves up to fight Crawford, he'll lose.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? He'll lose, and then it's like sometimes with boxers, some of them when they lose, it's like it's changed the whole dynamic. Then it'll be a thing where, well, what weight is he going to be fighting at? Is it 160 or 154?
Yeah, no, 100%. Everyone's pretty much just agreeing that I don't see Boots versus Crawford happening. What does it do for Bud if he beats Boots? It doesn't do anything.
Nothing.
He said that a few times as well, and Mr. Neutral, good point as well. He's saying that Crawford not going back down to 154 to 60 is where Boots has to go up to meet Bud. So I'm guessing he's talking about maybe he needs to meet him down the line somewhere, but meeting him down the line looks like 160, cuz, man, or a catch weight. But commercially,
If
I agree.
If virtual Ortiz, yeah, I say call out Crawford, and then obviously Crawford will have his demands and whatnot. Then if you can meet it, then do it.
Yeah, Lucy's Fat Snows. Ortiz has Erickson Lubin next in a few weeks. After that, Ortiz versus Boots. Cuz this is the
I hope
fight
so.
that just needs to happen because
I hope so.
we've been seeing them linked when they were welterweights, cuz
I
man,
know.
and they've moved up together. They're both in the same division now. You know, we've just seen that, you know, Boots has been able to show that, you know, he carries power at the weight class. So let's see. Let's get that fight, man. So let's hope, you know, Ortiz does get that victory so that, you know, 2026 we could see, you know, the we see who's the next face of boxing potentially, because these two stars, talented boxers, can you know, take the sport to another level.
So here's a question, right? Who is the face of boxing?
Right now,
Hmm.
right now, you're gonna have to give it to Mr. Crawford. You know, you're gonna have to give it to Bud, man. Right now, as we speak, he's done it. He's done it all. He's beaten Canelo. He's beaten the face of boxing. So you're gonna have to give it to him. But that's just based on merit and achievements. But my personal favorite, cuz, and it's just biased, man. Usyk for me is my guy, man. You know, but you know, everyone could kind of choose who they think the face of boxing is. Even cuz maybe people still think AJ's the face of boxing just because he's the money man. You know, even though he's not a champion, you know, holding titles, his commercial value to the sport is still big, man. So, you know, it's definitely up there. Want to hear what everyone else is saying? Who do you think the face of boxing is? Just put your comments up there as well. Terence Crawford is 38 years old and he only fights once a year. I can't imagine he sticks around more than 1 or 2 fights, which is very, very true. We've literally forgot about Xander Zayas. Sorry about that, my brother. Sorry about that. Xander Zayas. You know, Kevin will be absolutely on our case, man. That's his boy. And yeah, I would love to see that fight, man, at 154. Xander Zayas, man, he's definitely a fighter that we need to look out for at 154. He's a champion.
I did mention his name as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess, look, 2026, isn't it? You know, they need to start lining up these fights. At the moment, this year, obviously, we've got the big card in Saudi, Benavides Yard. We've got the big fight.
Lions in the Camp versus El Monstro. Yo.
Yeah.
And then you got you know, Norman Jr. versus Haney as well.
Yeah.
It's gonna be juicy, cuz.
That card just looks good. That card looks amazing. Yeah.
Oh, I think globally it's AJ. In America, it's Crawford and Tank. So FK Breeze is still putting respect in Tank's name, which is good to see.
You know what? I
It's
think
good.
globally, right? Globally, I think it's AJ and Canelo.
Yeah, Canelo's still the man. Still the man, man.
AJ and Canelo. Yeah.
Yeah, AJ and Canelo, they're still people's names, man. So it makes sense, man. But Canelo above AJ, though, I would say. Canelo, and he's just on a, because Mexico, more people in Mexico, and then he's over to America. So yeah, but AJ is definitely up there for sure. But it just U6 popularity starting to come through as well. Yep, I think Usyk is also getting up there as well, and Crawford as well. After that victory, is elevated, you know, as a fighter. So yeah, rightfully so. You know, from a boxing perspective, he has to be the face of boxing if he's beating the face of boxing in Canelo.
Yeah.
So
I read an article. Wilder said that I think he's got a fight deal. I think he's fighting in January, but he hasn't said who his opponent is. Apparently, it's a big fight. My guess, it might be Baby Miller. I think that's the only fight that makes sense for him.
what, Big Baby Miller?
Yeah.
Yes. You know what, cuz you know what I'm gonna say. You know, should that be the fight next? Just expect fireworks, man, in the presser, man. That's gonna be WWE rated, you know, just violence, man. You just know, Miller's gonna come through, and Wilder.
unless
Hopefully, Wilder's not gonna be allowing him to do all of that though. We need to see,
unless
just make it spicy.
unless his opponent is Dillian White.
Or Chisora.
I can't see it being just. Can't sure he's scheduled to fight in December.
Ooh, but he might, if it's Wilder.
Do you know what? I would rather see Dillian White fight Wilder than Chisora fight Wilder. If I'm honest with you.
Oh, you think it'll be more competitive, that fight?
Competitive, and there's bad blood there. So yeah, that's commercially, I think that fight will make sense. Dillian White and Wilder.
I would love it, man. Or would we get a surprise and he's saying AJ in Nigeria? Lagos.
I think
WizKid bring out someone, and you got Burner Boy bringing out someone. Like, yeah, we're creating fireworks.
I can't see that. The only way I see that fight happening is when I think if they both retire and then come out of time and just make it happen. I don't know, but I just yes, there's value in that fight, but it's I know as much as people say, oh, there's no value in AJ and Fury fight. I think there is, because I think that the build up would be amazing, and it would definitely do 100,000 seats at Wembley, 100%.
I agree. That's the WrestleMania for us boxing fans, man. We need to see, and you just know, cuz you need 10 times more security than what you have in a normal event in Wembley, man, because that kind of event and fight, it's going to be fireworks, as in great fireworks, great energy, bringing communities together as well, for a special night. So, cuz I'm just hoping that His Excellency, he has said that, he wants to make that fight happen, but let's just hope that, AJ gets what he deserves, Fury gets what he deserves, the fans get what they deserve, which is not a send-off fight for both of them, but it's the who's the best in Britain in our era fight.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind to see that, man. Sure.
Yeah, man.
Oh, look, just quick point from Lucy. Wouldn't be surprised if Wilder is fighting in Ghana, and this is what I think could happen, because they're kind of flirting with each other, man, online, man. Like they're going back and forth. So Wilder has said he would entertain it. He's ready.
Listen, in Ghana, right? He fought Fury. He lost. He fought AJ. He got knocked out. Why would he then fight Wilder? What?
He wants.
That doesn't make. Yeah, but whatever, man. I'm not. I mean, would I watch it? Yeah, I watch it, but I'm not excited. I'm not like, it's just.
Yep. Look, this is a good point as well for Mr. Neutral. This is a good point. What? Look, Turkey should go all out, for Fury and AJ, because both are beltless, and the purses would be cheaper. Just land on that.
Yeah, but they say the purses. Remember, AJ and both Fury, they're both businessmen. They know their value. They know their worth. So it's not gonna be as cheap as we think. I personally think, me personally, that fight it'll probably be a 50 million each.
Still good.
Yeah. To get that fight, 50 million each, But I can't say any less. I can't, unless somebody's being greedy, but I know I deserve more. I think, me personally, I think it's just 50-50. Because they are both 2 times former world champions.
Yep.
Both lost to Usyk twice.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll. Crossroads are on. No way out. That's all I'm calling for. So, His Excellency, once you create the poster for this event, no way out. Who's the best in Britain? That's what this fight should be, because it's a fight that, the British fans deserves, man. We need to see these fights, man. Remember, we got to see Frank Bruno versus Lennox Lewis. We got to see, some of the biggest fights here in the UK, man. We even got to see, Eubank versus Conor. you know.
Kel Brook and Amir Khan.
Amir Khan, we got to see that once, man. So now is the time we need to see, you know, this fight, man. So hopefully, you know, both parties are listening to this and, you know, thinking, you know what, they're right. Let's get it on, man. So Fury, get on the phone to AJ. You got his number. AJ, get on the phone to Fury. Got his number. Follow exactly what Crawford and Spence did. They cut out the middlemen. They spoke to each other. They found the middle ground, and you know they made the fight happen, man. So let's hope that happens, man. So, and I'm just gonna run through a few comments before we wrap up, cuz, man. So Lucy's obviously saying Ngannou looked better in the last boxing match than Dylan White looked in his last one. Whoo! That's half price. what what they were earning, which it is half price, man. But like you said, Mr. Neutral, man, you know they're not champions, man. So they gotta you know take a bit of a cut, man. But 50 million each, if you're offering that to me, if I'm one of them, you know I'm going for that, man, because I get to you know punch the hell out of who I'm fighting, man. So let's go for it.
Yeah, man.
And get paid.
Boy. That time. End of the show.
End of the show. Once again, big up to everyone that tuned in to another, you know, roundup. You know, me and my cousin do these shows just for you, for the people, you know, for the fans, by the fans. So people, don't be afraid to head over to our socials. So if there's any recommending, like if there's any features you want us to get, man, just let us know. So how much you think, AJ? Yeah, we said 50 million each, FK Breeze, 50 million each, man. But yeah, if there's any recommendations on features, if there's someone you would like to see, just put that in the comments and just make sure you just follow what we're doing, because it's not only just us. We've got a big team. We've got IBH USA. We've got IBH North. You know, we're continuing to do great stuff as well. And Mr. Neutral and True Dollar Bill will be launching their new show very, very soon as well. So that's going to be a tremendous one. But cuz, I'm going to hand it over to yourself. God bless you. God bless the community. We obviously appreciate the energy, the vibes as always. And sit tight. Things are going to get better. And my message of the day or of the evening is chase your dreams. Do not let no one, you know, stop you from achieving what you think you can achieve. So just follow your road and stick to that road. Don't look left, don't look right. Follow your road.
Amen. Wow, preach. Yes. My cousin said, follow your dreams. There's a saying I grew up to was don't chase your pension, to chase your passion. But on that note, look, thank you for your continuous support. Keep supporting and have a lovely, productive week. And we shall see you on Wednesday. Peace and love, man.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I talk my scars with a sweet one, please. Someone flips me a bad body. So, it's another one, yeah, it's a full strand, yeah.